LeddarTech. Technology inspired by design. Human beings are finely tuned machines, especially when it comes to our senses. Scientists have revealed that we actually have as many as 22 different senses, which enable us to make decisions and, most importantly, avoid danger. These senses interpret the world around us and send messages to the brain, which collects the information and interprets it so as to guide our behavior. The ability of the human brain to integrate the data from all of our senses into a unified message enables us to make decisions quickly and usually accurately, thanks to a high level of awareness. What if we could use this human attribute to inspire more responsive technology in our vehicles' advanced driving features? Advanced driver assistance systems enable improved driver performance and increased vehicle and road safety. These systems use sensors such as radar, camera, sonar and LiDAR to detect and compensate for driver errors to prevent deaths and injuries by reducing accidents. Typical applications include adaptive cruise control, pedestrian detection and avoidance, lane departure warning and correction, traffic sign recognition, automatic emergency braking, and blind spot detection. These systems aim to reduce traffic injuries and fatalities, as well as warn drivers of dangers that they may not be able to see. These systems are touted as safe and accurate. The AAA says otherwise. Researchers in a 2020 study examined the frequency of glitches in active driver assistance systems. They looked at the course of 4,000 miles of common driving scenarios. They found that, on average, there was a malfunction in these systems every 8 miles. For example, they were found to fail during lane departures and impending forward collisions. In addition, the systems that regulated acceleration, braking and steering were found to disengage suddenly. This forced drivers to take control of their cars in order to avoid a crash. In fact, 73% of errors that occurred on public roads were linked to lane departure or driving too close to a guardrail or the center line. This is not acceptable. Vehicles must become safer, and that requires better environmental awareness. LeddarTech believes that to produce safer and more reliable vehicles they should emulate the human model of sensing. Much like how our brains operate, our cars should fuse all sensor data into one environmental model using what's called raw data or low-level fusion. Today most ADAS applications use object-level fusion, which means the perception is done separately on each sensor, which is not optimal because when sensor data is not fused before the system makes a decision, it may need to do so based on contradicting inputs. For example, if an obstacle is detected by the camera but was not detected by the LiDAR or radar, the system may hesitate as to whether the vehicle should stop. To put this in human terms, it would be similar to our brain interpreting touch, smell and sound separately instead of simultaneously. If that occurred, our reaction times would be significantly delayed, and with the risk of incomplete information it would result in a higher probability of misinterpretations occurring. The LeddarVision process starts with raw data being received directly from the vehicle sensors via software API, being calibrated and then fused centrally at the ECU, and ends with the environmental model being created. The decisions are then made using all the combined sensor data for a safer and more reliable outcome. The regulatory requirements for vehicles demand high levels of safety compliance, and the automotive industry benefits from a low-level fusion solution like LeddarVision to meet these demands. Consumers demand quality, increased safety, and high performance from their advanced driving assistance systems. The LeddarVision solution provides exceptional performance that is cost-effective, sensor-agnostic, and therefore fully scalable. LeddarTech's low-level fusion and perception software is designed to meet the safety standards and deployment capabilities required by the industry and regulators. Real innovation and a commitment to safer transportation truly differentiates LeddarTech.